Hey mamas, and welcome to the Entering Motherhood podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Marie Bilger, a wife, mom of two, VBAC mama, and doula. Join us every episode to learn from professionals, special guests, and moms just like you, ensuring that you know what you need to know and discover things that you didn't know before. I believe in you. Let's doula this, and let's navigate the transition of entering motherhood together. Hello. And welcome to another episode of the Entering Motherhood podcast. I am so excited to be here and be chatting with you. I am doing a little bit of a pregnancy update right now. At the time of recording this, I'm currently 34, almost 35 weeks along. And so, honestly, baby can come whenever, but I would love for them to cook a little bit longer. And so realistically, they could come anywhere from 3 weeks to 8 weeks if you're kind of saying that 37 to 42 week range. With both of our other kids, our firstborn came at around 39 weeks. And then our son, he came just shy of 40 weeks. He was 39 and 6. So I'm assuming that baby will come around that 39, 40 week mark. I'm not expecting them to come much sooner, but I have been saying and I have been feeling like they are going to come early. So we will see, hopefully by the time this episode is released. I am also still pregnant, but like I said, anything can happen, and just letting things go, relaxing, and seeing where things go. So I am officially done with clients right now. I wrapped up my last in-home postpartum client just this past week. That was kind of bittersweet. I love doing what I do. I love doula work, but it definitely feels like it has come to a good time in stopping with things. So my last birth client was over a month ago, back in August, and I just had 2 final postpartum clients, and I am currently looking towards what postpartum will look like and have already booked some clients for where I'll assume I'll be around 5-6 months postpartum. So if you are currently pregnant, if you're in the Greenville area and you're looking for birth or postpartum support, I am booking out that far in advance and considering different clients depending on situations and things like that, and if I can help and where I can help and whatnot. So that has definitely been an interesting pivot and what that looks like. I felt like I was getting rid of the nausea after so many weeks of it, but it seems like that might be coming back. I also, this pregnancy, have had a really hard time just being hungry in general and making sure that I eat. And so I feel like that leads to a lot of the reasoning of why I have felt so nauseous, just reminding myself to eat, forcing myself to eat. I've had a lot of different aversions and a lot of just lack of interest in eating, which has really been strange. I've been navigating that and been trying to get my protein where I can and get my nutrients in as much as possible, but it's definitely been harder this time around. I still feel like it's a girl. I don't know if it's just because I really want a girl. I think the hardest thing about not knowing the gender has been having to pick 2 completely separate names and know that one of those names is just not going to exist, which is really, really weird. And I feel like I love the name that we picked out for a girl. And so I'm slightly going to be sad and disappointed that if it's not a girl, that we can't use that name. That would kind of be sad. But I also do love the boy name, and I think no matter what, the names are going to fit them and who they are. And it's going to work out. I'm trying not to get too fixated on either gender because I don't want to have any sort of gender disappointment when they come out. And I believe I shared this before, but we are planning on having our daughter announce the gender. So the hope and the dream is that baby comes out and just immediately goes on my chest and we flop a blanket on top of them. And then our daughter can come in if she's not already in there and she can let us know if it's a girl or a boy. So that's kind of the plan. That's what we're thinking of. I'm excited for after all of this to talk about our birth story and talk about what the situation was like. This will be our first home birth. So we are preparing a little bit differently. We are navigating this time, obviously, a little bit differently. That's all been really, really exciting and really, really comforting and really relaxing of a decision and choice. And I think, looking back comparably to our first birth and now this birth, I don't think we were ready to make the commitment to have a home birth. And I think it would have really been a stretch for that first birth situation. And now this time it just seems like a no-brainer and kind of like the right thing to do, and it just feels right. So for those of you that don't know my story and our situation, our daughter was born at the hospital via unplanned cesarean. So my water had broken. I was in labor for over 24 hours, and we had made the decision to have a cesarean after that point. Our son was a completely unmedicated VBAC. I say he basically could have been born at home. I think if I wasn't trying to hold him in and so persistent on making sure that we got to the hospital, he very much could have just been born at home. And now this baby will be born at home. And so I'm just really excited about that, really excited to see how that situation will be and what that will be like. Our kids right now are 6 and 3, and I think they're just super excited. Our daughter, who's 6, I think is a little bit more aware of the situation and asks a lot of questions, seems really ready to have a new sibling. Our son, I think, is vibing off of her energy and repeats some of the stuff that she says, but doesn't really know what it's going to be like to have a baby 24/7 as part of our family. And so that's really been interesting. My brother-in-law and his wife just had a baby, and we just recently went to go visit them. And it was cute seeing the kids play with their son and see how they interact with the baby and hold the baby and just the cuteness overload. And I also have a friend who lives down the street that we kind of trade off. She watches my kids, I watch her kids, and she has a 4-month-old, 5-month-old, and our son just adores her and is so sweet with her and is very interactive and plays with her. So that's cute to see, but neither of them have really truly experienced a newborn and the newness of it and the itty-bittiness of them. So it will definitely be interesting to see. We are done with traveling. We are approaching our no visitor timeframe zone. My husband is potentially taking one more trip to go backpacking, and he will be gone for that. But then we are hunkering down, nesting like crazy, and just relaxing and waiting for baby to come. So I think the nesting has already kind of kicked in. The need to get everything done and prepared has really been settling in, even in recording all these podcasts. I'm going to be hopefully recording as much as possible so that I can take some very intentional time off to just relax. And these episodes will be coming. So a lot of them will be while I'm still pregnant, even after baby is here. So if you want updates on baby, make sure you're going over to Instagram because I will be sharing stuff there as well as baby comes here. But these episodes will be while I'm still pregnant. So there's a couple of guest interviews that I'm super excited about to be recording and having y'all listen to. And then, like I said, it's just going to be a nice little bubble of postpartum. And maybe I'll have a few episodes when I feel ready to start recording again that will be newly postpartum. But for the most part, I'm closing my office door. I'm taking a step back and I'm embracing what it will be like as a mom of 3 and how our dynamic is just shifting and changing and how I'll be healing and really leaning into the postpartum time. So it seems like a great time of the year to be doing this too. We will be having Halloween coming up and then Thanksgiving and Christmas and just basking in the holidays, intentionally just resting and recovering and enjoying the newborn stage just sounds fantastic. So it always makes me wonder, what would be an ideal time for us as humans to have babies, and if we were sort of seasonal animals, what that would look like and when would we choose to have babies. So I have had a baby in August, I have had a baby in January, and now this baby will be sometime October, November. It's just really nice to see the differences. And if you've only had babies during one season, I'd love to hear, what your thoughts are on that, or if you've had babies in different seasons, what your favorite season has been. I think it's just a really interesting concept of trying to think and plan, and if you can determine when baby will be here, what that looks like. But I'm definitely ready for all the soups and the stews and the warm bread and butter and Thanksgiving dinner and just kind of enjoying that. The biggest thing right now, I think, is just focusing on my mindset and really honing in on self-care, trying to do little bits of nesting and cleaning and prepping as I can so that when I go into labor, there isn't too much that we're trying to adjust or change or have to do. And even in that first week or two postpartum, really just making sure everything is put together and placed somewhere and allocated. I think it's just going to be really good to be doing those things now. We were going to hold off on getting furniture for the nursery because I said we don't really need it yet. And we have a pack and play and a little bassinet and changing tables and things like that. But I went ahead and ordered a crib and a dresser for the baby's room because I just want to get the clothes out and put some things away and have a surface to put all of our changing station items and other little knickknacks and things and such that we've created and collected for this baby. And so that's been done and should be here soon. I've been keeping up with my chiropractic visits, my midwife visits. I've been trying to build up my strength a little bit more. We are preparing our room. Like I said, we're having a home birth. So I want to have certain things set up in certain locations. So that's been happening. I want to have some affirmations written out, affirmation cards, and certain things established and looking real cute and having all my essential oils and my diffuser set up and things like that. I got this really cool, fancy color changing light to make the ambiance a little bit more woo-woo, if you will, and just relaxing. I got a brand new water bottle, so that's been exciting. And I've just been preparing a lot of the home birth list items, things that my midwife will need on hand, things that I want on hand. And I think this is just a little bit different than, how you would have a hospital bag prepped and ready to go. It's good to have these things readily available for home birth as well. So that's been coming together. That's been really fun. I'm really looking forward to just, like I said, resting and relaxing and enjoying these final weeks and just embracing this time. So if there's anything that you want to hear or have me talk about, let me know and I will create some upcoming episodes. We also have our doula talks, which are available here on the podcast, but we go live on Instagram on Mondays in the morning and we chat about different topics. So if there's anything that you want to hear about or are curious, feel free to always just message me, ask me anything, let me know what you want to know. And even if you're just curious about how I'm preparing specifically with different things or what that looks like, I'd love to just hear from you. So thank you for being here. I'm excited to just share some more updates. Like I said, I'll be sharing things more up to date and frequently on Instagram. These are the final weeks of pregnancy here. I'm just excited to meet our new little one and see if it's a boy or a girl and name them and let you know what their names are. Have a cute little snuggly baby underneath a Christmas tree. So, all right, I'll see you later. Thank you, mamas, so much for listening. Remember, you are a rock star. I believe in you. Let's doula this. Let's crank it up a notch and let's kick it into high gear together. Hit that subscribe button, share this episode with a friend, message me, email me, call me, beat me. You know how to reach me. We're doing this, mamas. I am so excited to catch you here next week. This is your one-stop go-to place for helping you find the resources you need to make the best choices for you and your family during pregnancy, birth, and most importantly, postpartum. See you later, mamas.